believe you would even ask me that question. Our language is rooted in Kapu Aloha. Anybody who's been paying attention to our messaging can see clearly that we are constantly preaching, indoctrinating peace and nonviolence, Kapu Aloha. We have not done anything that is remotely related to violence. If you go down there, you will see that we engage with the police officers who are on site in friendly relationships. I was at camp yesterday. Lino Kamakau was in Pu'uhuluhu. He was inside the Pu'uhonua. I talked to him, I gave him a hug. He walks freely amongst the camp. Anybody who's been paying attention will remember that Mayor Kim showed up several times with no notice, on his own, driving his own vehicle, and the mayor walks freely amongst us. I helped him off the lava because he's kind of frail. I helped him get down so he wouldn't trip and fall. The mayor would not drop in and visit us if it wasn't safe. So we are not trying to incite, we are trying to de-escalate on a constant daily basis.
I've seen in your news releases and the video news releases that you are asking people to not spread rumors, it seems as though your messaging is also asking to pull back. So, you know, people on social media will do what they do. And so
right.
What is your message to those on social media?
Our message to people on social media is to maintain Kapu Aloha. Do not put out violent language. Do not target individuals. Do not post people's personal info that puts them at risk. We are not here to attack and to hurt people. We're here to protect a sacred mauna. My message to the people is please refrain from violent language. We condemn violent language. We condemn putting a bounty on people. We condemn putting out language that targets individuals in harmful ways. We are about Kapu Aloha. We are about peace and nonviolence. And anybody who wants to come up to the mauna and see our messaging, you will see that we put that out on a daily basis. We have put out consistently that law enforcement is not the enemy. Claire Connor said that, and I agree with her. Law enforcement is not the enemy. Many of those officers are ohana. Many of those officers are classmates, friends, long-time relationships. I have an officer friend that I grew up with. We've been friends for 35 years. We are not targeting law enforcement. We know they're in a tough position. We know that many officers are Hawaiian, they're ohana. We do not want to be aggressive towards them at all. Our behavior has demonstrated that time and time again.
There's talk again about the American flag that was cut off the unpermitted structure.
The Hawaiian flag.
Oh, excuse me, the
Yes.
Hawaiian flag that was cut off the unpermitted structure, and that it was deliberately nailed to the wall so that it would have to be removed in some sort of way that might upset people.
I think that's pure speculation. Hawaiians put up Hawaiian flags every day. There are flags everywhere right now because of this movement. The flag was put up as a symbol of pride and a symbol of nationhood. The real question to me is, what they used a power tool to cut through the plywood. Why did they choose to cut through the plywood over the flag? There's many sheets of plywood on either side of the flag or on the other side of the building that they could have entered from. In my opinion, they deliberately chose to cut through the flag. They could have cut 3 feet to the right of the flag and still entered the building. The flag was put up on a sheet of plywood. There were many sheets to choose from.
Do you plan to address the situation or the cyberbullying, as they call it, the threatening, in any other way?
I think I've just addressed it right now, saying that we condemn that kind of behavior. We do not support cyberbullying. We do not support calls for cyber violence. We do not support doxing. We will continue. We've consistently put that message out, and we will always put that message out. We are a peaceful, nonviolent movement rooted in Kapu Aloha. We do not support violent language. We know that that undermines and hurts both sides. We are trying to find a peaceful resolution. We are firm in our commitment to protect the mauna, to engage in civil resistance that is rooted in peace and nonviolence, and we will maintain that position consistently.
The governor has said that he is also committed to finding a peaceful resolution to this issue. Has he been in contact with those of you up on the mauna?
We've had limited contact with the governor. We have had some conversation, and it's been, the governor can tell you himself that we have engaged peacefully. We have not been aggressive toward the governor or his staff at all. We are hoping to continue to find a peaceful resolution, but I have to say that we are led. We're not just a bunch of young radicals. We are led, this whole movement is led by our elders, by our kupuna, by the most wise, esteemed, responsible leaders in our community. The kupuna are leading this. We take our direction from the kupuna. Our elders, anybody has any knowledge of indigenous communities know that elders are revered, that they are the holders of the wisdom of the culture. Our elders guide us, and we are constantly getting direction from them in terms of peace, nonviolent but firm commitment to protect the Mauna. We are firm in our civil resistance, and we are nonviolent.
Andre, I know that the folks at the Pu'uhonua had said that they did not condone the unpermitted structure. Was it concerning you that it was going up? Because clearly the structure and it's coming down has created this turning point now in what people are saying about this.
Sure.
It's been very quiet for a long time.
Sure, we were concerned about the structure. We knew that it would bring, heightened attention to us and perhaps even law enforcement. However, we're not the police on the mountain. We're not law enforcement. So we're not trying to enforce, physically enforce what people can or cannot do. I personally advised the builders that we could not sanction or endorse that, and if they continued to proceed, that they would have to do it on their own, taking responsibility for their own actions, and they acknowledged that, and they said that that they were doing it on their own and that they would take responsibility. We cannot enforce people. We're not licensed or authorized to apprehend anyone. So they proceeded with the building. It did divert a lot of attention. I would like to redirect the attention back to the Mauna, back to protecting what is sacred to us. The building was put up, it was taken down, it's a non-issue. The focus right now should be Mauna Kea and the protection of the Mauna in Kapu Aloha.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just hold our signs, you guys.
Oh.
Let me show that.
Are you gonna talk? Looks like they want to ask questions.
Do you have any questions around